What's up, world? Lucky Gone Gun here. Welcome to another live stream. So, the subject of this live stream will be Endgame, the Endgame trailer. If you have not seen it, what are you doing? Go and see it. The Endgame trailer, which is the name for the new Avengers 4 movie coming out not in June but in April, the trailer has just been released. Well, about a week ago, and oh my god, where do I even start? What do I even do? Like, it is too much to handle, even for like a first trailer. What is happening? What is going on? Let's do a little prediction thing, and then we'll do a live stream maybe a week before the movie comes out, just to because there will be more trailers and more information. But we already have a lot of information from this first trailer. So let's start. But actually, before I start, let's just talk about like my channel and stuff. This week I'm gonna upload I think a vlog, maybe. I'm not sure. And before the end of the year, I'm going to upload a review of all of the movies I know that are coming out next year. That will also be a live stream, so check your page for that one. Let me see what else. I might be doing a collab with someone. I'm not sure if I'm doing it, but I hope I'm doing it. Name's Backyard FIFA. He's in my quality content list on my YouTube channel, so if you're watching, go subscribe to him as well. I might be doing a collaboration with him. And yeah, I think that is all I need to update you on for the rest of this year. Let's also, I want to get 100 subscribers by the end of the Christmas holidays, which ends at January the 8th. I'm racing someone else to 100 subscribers. He's currently, I think, I don't know, but a few subscribers away from me, even though he started his channel way later than me. So I'm hoping, for hope's sake, that I might hopefully be able to race to 100 quicker than him. Now, let's get into the meat of the trailer. So let's start with the first scene. We'll go scene by scene, I think, and then we'll do a big prediction type thing, and then we'll do some other stuff and what I think, like the morals and like what's gonna happen, and like the big overarching plot. Also shout out to Hamish, who's on the stream. Yeah, anyway, what was I gonna say? So the first scene we see is Tony Stark on the Guardians ship, because obviously they're dead now, recording a message to Pepper Potts, who is his wife, saying that, yeah, I'm thinking about you, and when I die, I'm gonna be thinking about you. And yeah, that's the first scene. A later scene in the trailer shows Gamora as a silhouette, and we're assuming that Gamora is with Tony because they're the two people who survived the snap on Titan. So I'm assuming that they together are on a ship, on the Guardian ship, just traveling through space, about to die. Yep. Let me just check because I need to check the actual trailer because it's been about like 2 days and I haven't seen it. So let me just look at what this trailer is all about. Yeah, so Tony Stark on the Guardian ship, and he closes his visor and he looks out rather brooding to the universe. And the next scene we see is the Marvel logo, of course. But the next scene we see is one of Thanos. His armor has been put up on a scarecrow-like thing, which I've been told has also been done in the Infinity War comics. Not sure about that. Showing a kind of finality, showing a kind of hanging up of his former role, because I don't think in this movie he is portrayed as much of a villain as we had in the first movie, because he's hung up the armor that has been his image for the last movie, and he is in a farm. He's looking at the flowers grow in a grateful universe, and so we see him achieving his goal and just kind of retiring to a peaceful, like, farmer-like life. And we can see him running his fingers. Oh, Jesus, I played some audio there. You can see him running his fingers through some weird, like, sunflower-esque plants. Also, just to address the chat here, Hamish is telling me to look at the chat, but they are not anything to do with anything in this video. Therefore, I will not address the opinions of "you mustn't" or "the choice is clear," because I think the only things I'm going to be addressing in this video is Avengers predictions. So, Hamish, if you have any Avengers predictions for me, please leave them in the live comments. But I don't really have anything to say about nice onesie. Oh, actually I do. Check me out. Christmas jumper. It's a unicorn with a red nose. So, you happy? Back to the trailer. What was I doing? We then cut to a scene with the Avengers base. Captain America has shaved his beard, which I think resembles a kind of retaking of the role of Captain America, because he realizes that, now the world needs me to save the world. Before, in Avengers Infinity War, he changed his thing. He changed his he changed his, like, personality, really, to like a something that he just, I don't know what to describe it as, but he changed his personality, and the growing of a beard shows that. And he also, of course, changed his name to like the Nomad or something. But now he shaved his beard, so he's gone back to the role of Captain America. Black Widow still has white hair. Now the next scene is like being debated strongly in the comic community. Well, in the Marvel movie community, because there's a picture of Shuri on a screen that shares an image with Spider-Man. And so a lot of fans are assuming that these are dead people. Shuri is dead, therefore. We didn't see this in the last movie. And so when you look at the screen here, you assume that Shuri is dead. But I think the Russo brothers had said that Shuri isn't dead. And so this has been debated a lot among Marvel movie fans. And my personal take on it is that she isn't dead, and we're being baited once again with one of those scenes that is meant to trigger audiences. And you know, you need some kind of figure in Wakanda, right? Because Wakanda is such a big plot point for these movies. And so you need some big figure in Wakanda to be like a standing point for a movie like this. You need to switch over to Wakanda. And I think Shuri is the only one like big figure that's remaining. And also on that same, it's on a separate screen, we see Paul Rudd's Ant-Man being displayed, which we see later on in the trailer, at the very end of the trailer, isn't dead. So I think what Bruce Banner is looking at is like he's trying to analyze whether he's dead or not, because people haven't found him, but he isn't reported dead or something like that. And so I think wait, I just gotta do something. Wait. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, so what was I on about? Ant-Man, I think, is going to be a big part of this movie. And many have already assumed this, because he has access to the quantum realm, which I think can make you travel back in time. I'm not a big fan of like this kind of stuff, but I'm pretty sure the quantum realm can make you travel back in time. And so if they want to remove what has happened, or something like that, or something or the other, I don't really know, if something like that, they want to travel back in time, then they have the quantum realm. And so Ant-Man is a big figure in this movie. Also, shout out to Billy, who has joined the stream, I think from France. Hamish has a prediction. He says Thanos will help the main cast. So Thanos will I don't know how that would play out, but Thanos would help the Avengers somehow and then betray them and destroy them. And then Ant-Man will go back in time and save the day. Yeah, I think there is a flaw in that, but I don't know. Help me check this up. Actually, I'll check this up. Are the Infinity Stones destroyed? Like, were they destroyed from the snap? Yeah, no clue. But anyway, ooh, what the hell? I got 5 viewers. Jesus Christ. Don't know where that's from. Okay, welcome. What are your thoughts on the new Avengers trailer? Leave your suggestions in the live chat. But anyway, let's go on to the next scene. Yeah, so this is the part of Gamora, the silhouette of Gamora. Oh no, actually, there's a scene before that of Thor. Well, actually, no. Okay. Oh, I'm going too fast. There's a scene of, I think, the Avengers place just empty. I don't know what that is. But more importantly, I think there's a scene of Thor sitting in like a sound chamber. No idea what's happening. What? Who is Penguin Ninja? Okay. So Penguin Ninja, which is a legendary name, has predicted that Tony or Captain America is dead or dies. Does it mean is dead or dies? Because none of them are dead as we know yet. But I'm guessing one of them might die. Oh, dies. Okay. One of them might die. That's probably safe to say. But however, I think it would be more interesting if they don't die and they just retire. I think that will make a more interesting plot point. And my theory on what will happen still stands. I think Captain America will give his role of Captain America over to Bucky, and War Machine will take on the role of Iron Man. But I don't think any of them die. They just retire or something. Not sure about the logistics of that, but it seems like a good thing. Anyway, we have the Thor just sitting in a white room. Don't know what that's about. And then we have Gamora on the same ship as Tony, as I mentioned earlier. Oh, Brick Browser. This is the guy I said I was racing to 100 with. Yeah, no, Steve. Well, sorry. Chris Evans's contract ran out this film, so Endgame. It didn't run out in Infinity War. It runs out in Endgame, I think. It's the end of his contract. So they got to think of some way to get rid of him. Oh, so does Robert Downey Jr.'s. So they got to find some way to get rid of them. But I don't think dying would be the best option. Anyway, let's go on to the next very, very talked about scene. Oh, okay. Apparently, Chris Evans's contract ran out in Infinity War, and so he should have died. But okay, whatever. Anyway, let's move on to the very, very controversial, talked about scene of Hawkeye with his new thing, his new personality called Ronin, not Ronan from Avengers. No, sorry, from Guardians. Ronin. And apparently doesn't have a bow and arrow. He has a sword, which he does that with, like, scrapes against his arm. And he looks back to see, well, he pulls off his, like, whatever, I don't know, like a mask or something. And he sees, Black Widow, or, what's her name? Romanov, is that? Oh, whatever. Yeah, no, he turns to see Black Widow standing there. And, you know, he's got this whole new haircut and whatever. And look, it looks like he's in Japan killing some guy, which obviously is against the morals of Hawkeye. Oh yeah, Natasha Romanoff. Okay, thanks. Which obviously is against the morals of Hawkeye. So many have believed that from the snap, his family has died. Because if you remember, at the end of Avengers Age of Ultron, I believe, he retires superheroing and goes to spend his time with his family. And so what is he doing? Well, I think what he's doing is he's killing people because the world is dead. He's salty because his family died. He's got to have more of a reason than that for just killing random people on the Japanese streets. But in essence, I think that's what happened. You know, it's a controversial thing because, like, Hawkeye's whole character is like a cheerful, like, comedy relief kind of character. And so seeing him like this is really weird. Yeah, okay. Yeah, obviously he has a reason for being salty if his family is dead. I'm just saying he's salty and so he's killing people. You know, Hawkeye has always been a kind of comedy relief character, and so seeing him undergo such a quick process without us seeing it on camera is quite drastic, and so that's why it caused a lot of controversy. But I think it's pretty fun. I think it's quite good for like a change like this. And yeah. One thing that I've been thinking of for a long time is, why is Black Widow there? Like, why is she searching for him? Because I'm guessing it's part of Captain America's plan. Like, they're putting together all of the all of the superheroes, and they probably like put a tracker on Hawkeye, and so they found him in Japan, and there's gonna be like a whole scene where it's like, oh my god, wait, he's in Japan, what the hell is he doing? And yeah, that's my prediction, is that they're collecting all of the superheroes that they know together to fight Thanos. And the final scene of the trailer is Captain America. Well, I don't know if you can hear this clip, but I'm gonna play the audio straight out. So yeah.
This is the fight of our lives. This is gonna work, Steve. I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm gonna do if it doesn't.
Hope you heard that. But basically, he says, this is going to work. Because I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't. And so, obviously, Steve has this whole thing planned. He has a whole plan. Don't know what it is. Oh, bye, Brick Browser. Nice having you. Yeah. Bye. Don't know what this plan is, but obviously it's gonna play out a very big role in the final movie. Few predictions. First obvious one is he just goes and fights Thanos. Because, Captain America's that kind of guy who just, goes and fights people. He doesn't really have tactics, so I don't know where he would get a plan from. Second prediction is he gets all the superheroes together and wait. Yeah, he gets all the superheroes together and he finds out that he can travel back in time because he sees Ant-Man at the door in the cutscene of the trailer. Which I think is, I don't know what the date says, but I think it's in the past. But anyway, he finds out that he can travel back in time, and so he travels back in time and does something or another and reverses this thing. I find it quite interesting that he opens his locket with whatever his girlfriend's name is. I think it's his girlfriend. He opens the ancient locket of the World War I or World War II girlfriend that he had. I think that's quite interesting. I think he might go back in time and actually see her, which would be totally mind-boggling. Don't know how that would play out. But maybe he'd go back in time, meet his old pals, something like that. So that was the that was a frame-by-frame analysis of the trailer. Now, as a whole entity, what do I think is going to happen in in Endgame, in Avengers Endgame? Well, I want to analyze the title first because it plays a big role in the meaning of the whole movie. I think, personally, that someone is going to sacrifice themselves to save the world. However, let's start from the beginning. Endgame is a term commonly referred in chess as where there are very few pieces and big sacrifices. For example, the queen has to be made so that you can make a checkmate. Therefore, the movie seems like it's going to be about sacrifices. However, as I said in my Infinity War review about a week ago, there is a big plot point in that sacrificing people does not work. For example, Star-Lord sacrifices Gamora. It doesn't work. Wanda, Scarlet Witch, sacrifices Vision and it doesn't work. Let me think. There was one more, but I forgot what it was. Yeah, whatever. And Captain America, one of Captain America's famous lines in that movie was, "We don't trade lives." And so I feel like it would go against the moral of the first movie to have the second movie revolve around sacrifices. So it seems confusing. Maybe someone sacrifices themselves to save the greater good. So, for example, Captain America could sacrifice himself to go back in time and sacrifice himself so that the future doesn't happen, or something like that. Or I don't know, but sacrifice, I think, will play in very strongly into a movie like this. And keep your predictions down in the comments, because I have no idea what's going on. This stream's very strange. Don't know what's happening. I'm just rambling on. I don't even know if you understand me. Do you understand me? But what I'm basically, as a whole, the movie shall be about sacrifices. I think that's fair to say. And yes, Doctor Strange in Infinity War said that, okay, thank God I'm making sense. In Infinity War, Doctor Strange was the person who said, "We're in the end game now," to Tony Stark. And many, many theories online have been speculating that Doctor Strange saw into the future, and instead of seeing what he says he saw, where they lose the battle, he sees a world where the only way to make them win the war would be if Tony feels like he has no hope anymore. And so when he says we're in the end game now, he doesn't mean they're going to lose. He means they need to sacrifice something or someone to achieve this goal of whatever, just defeating Thanos. Hamish says Tony Stark or Captain America dies as a sacrifice. Which brings me on to another point. Iron Man was the first ever movie of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And so I believe that it is Iron Man who will resolve the plot of Phase 1 and 2 of this franchise. I think, personally, that he will be the one to convince Thanos that he should bring back half the universe. Now, I watched a video on this, and it was a moral video. It was a philosophy video. And it says, you can't bring down God when you have literally the powers of the universe in your hand. You cannot bring down that person in a fight. The only way you can bring that person down is mentally. And so I think mentally, Tony or someone will use the fact that Thanos sacrifices Gamora to plague his guilt and make him bring back half the universe so that he can save Gamora. Actually, this plays out a lot as well in the Infinity War movie. His guilt over Gamora. And also just the Soul Stone and how he got the Soul Stone. And many have predicted that they travel back in time and someone sacrifices someone else to get the Soul Stone before Thanos does, and then destroy the Soul Stone. Which is a really fun idea, but I'm not sure how it would fit into the movie. I'm guessing maybe Tony Stark would sacrifice someone, or yeah, there's been a very big theory, I think, of Tony Stark sacrificing his baby son, like the one that was hinted at the start of Infinity War, to defeat Thanos. Which is so mind-boggling to me, because if you think about the first movie, then you'll see that that's not what they're trying to imply. They're not saying that sacrifice is a good thing. They're saying that sacrifice is bad and it's plaguing everyone and it never works. And so for anyone to think that Tony Stark is going to sacrifice his own son to resolve such a big plot point is utterly bizarre. Another whole different point, like totally different, Captain Marvel has not yet come out. So, how will Captain Marvel play into the damn thing? Too many theories. Cannot cope. My brain cannot handle these theories. Okay. I know you're getting bored of this. Whoever my one viewer left is. I think it's Hamish. I know you're getting bored of this. So, I want to list out what I think at the very start of this process. What I think is going to happen roughly in Infinity War. Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame. There will be 3 different story points. There will be Captain America's Earth story point. There will be Thanos' Thanos story point. And there will be Tony's Tony story point. So, what I think will happen is Captain America will look for all the superheroes on the world that he knows are left. And so in the process finds Hawkeye, brings him back to the Avengers base, and also finds Ant-Man, where he finds out that he can travel back in time. Meanwhile, Thanos is there, not regretting what he has done, but plagued by Gamora's death, because he truly loved Gamora, and so he's plagued by it. And so he's living in this field, and he's retired as probably an intergalactic farmer or something, and he smiles on a grateful universe that isn't grateful, and so he feels guilt. Meanwhile, Tony on this little spaceship feels hopeless and ended, and he doesn't know what's going to happen, but he thinks he's going to die. And so he basically loses all hope until he crashes onto a planet and he sees the terrifying outcome of Thanos' snap. Yes, sorry, my stream. Wait for a bit. Wait. Be quiet! Whoops, sorry about that. My brother is being an idiot. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, okay, so Tony sees the terrifying outcome of Thanos' snap. And so he gets some equipment and he fixes the ship and he goes to see Thanos. Because I'm assuming he knows where Thanos is. And he goes with Nebula to see Thanos. Meanwhile, I think Captain America is traveling back in time to some point to make a sacrifice for whatever, for something. And of course, the sacrifice doesn't work. Somehow, it doesn't work. And so, Thanos still does his snap. And so, Captain America keeps on trying to go back in time. No, actually, let me change that. So, you know in the trailer how he says, I don't know what I'm going to do if this plan doesn't work. Well, his plan doesn't work. And so, instead, he goes to fight Thanos in the modern day. And so you have this clash between the two plot points of Captain America on Earth and Tony Stark, both trying to meet Thanos at the same time. And what I think is going to happen is that Captain America's team tries to defeat Thanos and it doesn't work. And then Tony, being the guy he is, seeing all this pain and suffering from these people, just goes up to Thanos and says something like, look, you know you did this for the greater good, but something and something and something, and he does a good monologue and mentions Gamora and how she died. And convinces Thanos to step down and convinces Thanos to stop his deed. And so they all together travel back in time, and instead of doing the snap, Thanos never kills Gamora in the first place. Not sure about Loki. I think Loki's dead forever. Not sure about him. But I think Thanos kills Gamora. No, Thanos rewinds when he kills Gamora. End of story. But Captain America swaps his role with Bucky, and Captain America just retires. Iron Man retires. And basically Captain Marvel's role is also along with Captain America's, which is like trying to fight Thanos. And then and so they bring back everyone. Captain America does his swap with Bucky. Tony was swapped with War Machine. And then somehow Spider-Man, Tom Holland, gets, in the end credit scene or something, gets trapped in somewhere, maybe trapped in the place where he disintegrated to, or basically they lose Spider-Man, so either didn't bring him back, or he accidentally traveled back in time, and so the storyline for Spider-Man Far From Home begins. Those are my predictions. If you have watched for this long, which none of you have because it states there are 0 viewers, what are your opinions? Do you like my predictions? Leave yours in the comments below. I will be doing another video on this before the movie is released, but end of this video. Get me subs. I need subs. Subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. I need to beat Brick Browser to 100 subs, okay? Video coming out tomorrow. Video coming out before the end of the year. Video coming out for Christmas. That's it, really. Thanks for watching. Sorry you had to listen to me ramble on for 50 minutes. Jesus Christ. And nice having you. Bye.